Hey there, my name is Chris, and for the TigerGraph hackathon, I put together an app called TigerNLP. Now, the basic idea is you could be starting a project using GSQL and be presented with a ton of code and a ton of options to potentially put together your schema. And we wanted to make it easier for people to start with by enabling you to simply enter human sentences and generate GSQL code simply from those sentences in a UI. Now, what does this look like? The way it works is this app will essentially parse an arbitrary description of what you're trying to build on the left and generate GSQL in real time on the right. So you can simply type some number of sentences, and in real time it will break down whatever your schema is based on what you've written and generate the corresponding GSQL on the right. Now, there are some limitations to this. It does expect simple sentences, so if you are describing things and you are adding types, it expects a certain format and certain constraints of like what you're actually defining in your schema, but it'll also explain why it produced the result it did. And so let me give you potentially a more complicated example. I want a graph called remote university, and it has like a different description about like different people and comments and forums. And what this paragraph actually emits is the arbitrary GSQL that represents it, with the edges, the graph, and all the vertex types. And so now, rather than like having to think about what the code you need to get started is, you can simply copy this code and bootstrap your project based on a human description of the problem. Now, there's a lot of work that can be done from this project, and all the code is open source. The backend is Python, and we use the Spacey library in combination with a rule-based engine to essentially generate the GSQL you see on that website. You can simply come here and look at the unit tests provided in this project and get an idea for what you're able to do today, as well as like what we can potentially add and expand in the future to bring GSQL to everyone. So that's the TigerNLP project, and thanks for your time.